Well, hello there. So, gang, this might be it. If you take a gander in that upper right-hand corner, I have filled out almost everything except for those nuclear pasta. And this might actually be the end of the game. We might see what this looks like. There might be a surprise ending, but right now I'm thinking this is going to be the grand finale. So if it says grand finale in the title, this is it. I don't think it'll be a super long one because, like I said, I filled out everything over here. So now all we need to do is go back to the main base where I was making the nuclear pasta, hopefully pick up about 268 of them, dump it in the space elevator, and we'll see what this thing makes. That sounds good. Let's get this. Okay, so first I'm going to kind of tell you what this base is doing here. So let's jump off and take a look around. So it did take a little bit of playing around. I need to be a little bit careful because there was something over here that was punching the hell out of me. I think as a radioactive spider. But anyway, get those all the time. So the balancing act on this one, it turns out, is the dark matter. The sort of I think it's excited dark matter or something like that. But each of the big buildings produces more of it, but you need some to get started. And so it's almost like aluminum where you have to get the water in the system to get it going. And once it's going, you have to slap a valve on it and dial that back, so that it's not introducing too much into the system and shutting everything down. But anyway, you've got excited matter here, and the SAM comes into here, and I think it's just the SAM in this converter turns it into this dark matter gas. And then those two things are kind of the drivers behind everything else. I mean, you've got diamonds, which are another thing that's made in the particle accelerator. They come in and make things. Not sure what this thing is. Let's see. I'm guessing that is probably the time cubes. Yeah, it's these time crystals. I did make a thing, and actually for you guys, we're gonna cut to roughly this area, but I want to show you something kind of cool. So hold please. Okay, so now it's night. Hopefully we'll get to see one of these things light up. They might be full up now. Damn. Anyway. Oh, I probably know why. Because they have probably filled up here again. Let's see if that does it. There we go. They shoot up these big beams and they start lighting up. It's pretty cool. But anyway, so the last space elevator part was made here. And it just happened to be the way that I was making them. I guess I'm still making the nuclear pasta. That one is slow going just because the parts that build it take so long to build. Like that fused modular frame just has so many different components in it that takes forever, whereas this is, I think, like supercomputers or those thruster things, but it's not as complicated to make. So you can make the engine, whatever the hell this thing is. Let's see if I can remember what the name is. I haven't had to make it yet, so it doesn't stick in my head. AI expansion server. But yep, we almost have everything. So let me show you another thing that I built. So here's kind of the infrastructure. All goes through here. You're making time crystals, and one thing I didn't make was synthetic power cells, but I might do that eventually. What I wanted to show you is right over here, though. And before I go through this, now that I've done this, if this really is the end, I'll probably might do a fresh start and just do it in creative mode, which I've never played with before, but I believe that you don't have restrictions based on build materials. You can just build things. And there's a couple things I've always wanted to build, but in order to build them, you have to build these messy factories everywhere. And by the time you've unlocked everything to make the factories less messy, you've got too much stuff everywhere and you can't really tear it down because you just end up with tons of boxes. And so you start over. And if you start over, you don't have everything unlocked yet. So kind of a mess, but let me go through this before it runs out of power. This was something that I built, so let's go through it. It does hang up a little bit right there. Not sure why that is, but there we go. Teleporter. How cool is that? So we got 4 there. Take all of that. Don't think I have quite enough, so I will bring, let me go ahead and drop it in there and see how much I need. I did start running spaghetti just to get the copper powder over there. And I do think that's the only thing that uses copper powder, now that I think about it. There might be one other thing, but I can't think of what it is. So let's drop all of that in there. Yep, we're still, what, 174 to go. So, come back in a couple seconds. Okay, I think I did the math right. Let's see. So, I'm assuming it'll go up and blow away the clouds so we'll be able to see everything again. I think we've got enough to actually unlock this, so, let's go do that. Okay, gang, here we go. If this is the end, I'll kind of give a quick review on this, but I mean, I think if you've watched this for any length of time, you kind of know what my feeling is. So let's see what happens. Save the day.
Unsurprisingly, here's another presentation, but don't worry, I have improved it. This last delivery will be the most important action you have ever taken. Perhaps you want to take a moment to contemplate the gravity of your achievements. Alright, that's enough.
Hey,
this is the end of the Save the Day program. All you need to do is wait for the automated Phase 5 construction to complete. Simply throw the lever and further instructions will be supplied when relevant.
Ooh, she didn't say do not do anything else. Okay, gang. Here it is. Here. Oh. Oh. Yeah, thrust it up there. Do it. Save the day, probably. Okay, here we go. Did we save it?
Phase 5 completed. Return to the space elevator after the resources have been processed and added to Project Assembly. Launch can then be initiated from there. While waiting, please do not break anything. Solve any issues immediately and efficiently. Ensure your power network is stable. Perhaps it is best if you do not touch anything at all. And stay close to the space elevator. This will only take a moment.
Okay. It looks like a spaceship. I mean, I'm not wrong, right? Okay, we're staying close to the space elevator. Do I need to be closer? They said don't do anything, so not gonna do anything would be, whoa. Whoa, that's trippy. Maybe that's the way the clouds always come in, and I just haven't seen it do that before. Now, is there anything more to do with the space elevator? Current status. Check oil. Okay. Fuel injection to 5. Okay. Activate bus B1. Set left stabilizer to 9. Oh, is to 8? That's 10. Set right stabilizer to 4. Turn gyroscope balancer X on. This is like the self-destruct sequence for Mother and Alien. Turn gyroscopic balancer Y on. Turn gyroscopic Z on. You know there's going to be one of these buttons that's going to be fake. Okay. Launch.
Initiating project assembly. Assembly. Attaching cargo to main body.
Well, it did turn just kind of like I thought it would. Yeah, it is. It's a big spaceship. That's kind of funny that they got teleporters and we're making
Leveling
spaceships.
inner and outer rings.
I kind of don't want to get off this pad.
Attaching propulsion to main body. Fuel lines connected. Attaching control center to main body. Running systems check. All systems online. Releasing propulsion cage. Releasing clamps. Running pre-launch checks and calculating flight path. Locking in cargo. Launch in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff.
Wonder if they're going to have me make another one. All right, there's one. Make your next. Ooh. It's going from suck to blow. Making a black hole. Yeah. A wormhole. Cool.
Connection with QAR-437 nucleus established and stable. Dispersion initiated. Reinstancing master nucleus to QAR-436 Akicha, B1.
Whoa.
Hello, this is Ada, your new local instance of Ada. On behalf of Ada, myself, and all of Fixit, I want to congratulate you on saving the day. Every single kitten and puppy would thank you if they could. You have
Aw.
proven yourself to be a worthwhile and productive member of the human race, and have contributed something to this universe that will forever change it. Thanks to your achievements, the next generation of pioneers can now take to the stars and construct, automate, explore and exploit, alongside me. Additionally, you have been promoted to local production manager, effective immediately.
Woohoo!
Your duties to Project Assembly may be complete, but your duties to Fixit remain.
Oh.
With your help, Fixit continues to make the universe a better place. Stay efficient. Stay with Fixit.
They never really explained the whole alien thing. Like they gave some hints, but it kind of just fizzled out after a little bit. Although I do have one more thing to unlock. We're going to watch the I always watch the credits on games that I like because these devs worked really hard for over a decade to bring this game to us. So I will pay them the respect that they have earned by letting that play. So yeah, quick review of this game. I mean, obviously I've been playing this game since early beta. So I mean, it's or early alpha, I guess. So I mean, I've been playing this game a really, really, really long time. Not quite as long as Star Citizen, but pretty close. And this game was always my distraction when Star Citizen patches weren't particularly working, which, man, did I time it well this time. Yeah, like 3, 2, 4, 2 or 3 now. Seems like they finally got it stable, but yeah, it was just the right amount of time to allow me to do the playthrough on this. But yeah, just a great game. If you like these factory games, it's challenging. Again, I wouldn't mind going through and doing kind of a more sedate playthrough in creative mode. I've never done creative mode before. I've always kind of tried building up from scratch. But again, the problem when you do that is that you're limited in your resources, so you have to build up all of the unlocks and the resources in order to build the neat stuff. And either you're constantly deleting everything and then rebuilding the factory, kind of like this iron factory. When I initially did it, remember, it was just a couple buildings over here, deleted it, built it again, deleted it, built it again, and then finally I built this thing out once I had unlocked enough to make that happen. But yeah, look at all those babies that were born. Actually, that's not that many. I would expect more than that just because this game was in development for 10 or 12 years. So, yeah. Guess those Danes don't get producing all that much. All this big. Oh, thanks, Jace. Helps a lot. Jace was the community manager for years and years and years and years. I think he kind of set the gold standard for how to be a community manager. Snoot is really, really good, though. He and Jace kind of worked together the last couple years. Jace is currently making his own game, and you can go support him on the YouTubes and the Twitches and the whatevers. I'll put a link to his YouTube page down the description here, if I remember. Hopefully I remember. I'll write a note to myself so I remember. But yeah, I mean, single player game, just really fun, really neat. Very well balanced. Everything makes sense right when you start. Kind of once it starts getting easy, you get the next unlock and everything's hard again. You have to refigure out all of the calculations. It always pulls the thing where it'll drag in some item that you haven't been using for 1 or 2 tiers, and you're kind of like, oh, damn it, now I have to switch my whole loadout just to make this other thing. And yeah, you're constantly being pushed to unlock things in the elevator, and those parts take a long time because they're very complicated. But yeah, great game. Again, I don't know if I'll do like a recording of it or anything. I don't know if there's like 1 million views on this vid. I probably will, but I kind of doubt it. This is a very small channel. This is a very niche game, so probably not. But yeah, I might just do a creative one on my own, just to kind of try to build one of those really pretty things. One of the things that I've kind of been wanting to do lately is in Saudi Arabia, there's this thing called Noem or something like that. Noam, I think is how you spell it. But it's this giant bridge. It'll never get built. It looks like computer game concept art, and that's all it would ever be. Structurally, it would never work. But in a computer game, you can have crap like this going on, and of course it sticks because it's not physics-based. So I could actually make that there, and what I would want to do with that build is have everything in one huge building that's just kind of this bridge going across the part of the map. Probably, I don't know. I did build a base over this big hole in the earth there, but it would be cool to kind of have a big bridge going over one of the more scenic parts, which get maybe here to there, but closer to the center would make more sense. Just run as much of the resources as I could with trains into that building, and just have like tier 1 would be on the ground floor, like all of your smelters and stuff like that. And as you go up the floors, it gets more and more complex on what it's building. But I mean, it would just be a giant building. I've always kind of wanted to do that. I usually make factories kind of like this one, where it'll be one complete line. So this is all iron, this is all copper, that's all steel out there. That's usually how I do it. And then like supercomputers and motors and stuff like that, you just have everything build one major part, and it kind of, the excess of the lesser parts are kind of a byproduct of it. So you end up with everything, but each factory is kind of specialized into that group. And then as you get into later tiers, it's combining so many things that you really can't do that anymore. Like on that last space there, it had aluminum, copper, iron, steel, supercomputers, pretty much everything. So that was the exception of the rule. But yeah, just doing it as one major base, or keeping elements like these bridge parts going through the whole thing, like truly make something that is unified and stylistic, like the kind of builds that take a couple thousand hours. That's kind of what I want to do next. But that would be, I wouldn't even call it a personal project. That would just be something that I do in my free time. Just when I get bored with Star Citizen, or when it's in a state like it is right now, where it's kind of broken. Although I've heard they've dropped a new patch tonight, so I will be checking that out. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this. Thanks for going on this little journey with me. Coffee Stain Studios is a good one. I'm hoping we see more on this, hoping we see more DLCs. They haven't really hinted that they'll do more, but I'm guessing this game was pretty successful for them, so I would be surprised if they didn't. Other than that, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.